So we're gonna start here, and this is just a refresher, as I said, with nouns, articles, adjectives, and adverbs. And when we go with nouns, we're just talking about now what kind of grammar component in English?
What do you mean? Maybe people, places.
People, places, feelings, different kind of tangible and non-tangible things, right? So it's just like things, right? And it's a major component in English, by the way. With adjectives and adverbs, same kind of situation. So we need to go with adjectives, which are what kind of component in English
Like
grammar?
descriptions about something or something.
Very good. So those are words which are very good describing the noun, right?
Mm-hmm.
The noun or a particular situation. What about adverbs?
Talk about
There were others.
about time.
The play and time,
Yes.
Modify the
Mm-hmm.
frecuencia.
noun.
So you can answer those kind of questions, right? But actually you can turn, and turn is what? Cambiar. So adverbs, you can turn like an adjective into an adverb. And adverbs in English, you can feel like very confident talking to somebody else just using a lot of adverbs. Like for example, what kind of grammar component in English is this one? Basic. You can add Ali this way, and you can turn every single adjective into a very good adverb. Like for example, this one is what?
In Spanish or what?
What kind of?
Hopefully.
What kind of? Yes, hopefully that would be yes. Yes, that would be the adjective. But hope is a noun, right? Hopeful is what?
Oh,
Hopefully
An
it's an
adjective. And then you add
Hopefully an adverb.
L and Y, and you can turn into an adverb. Not necessarily every single adverb ends in ly. Would you like to share some example? Frequently, yes. That one ends in ly.
Ah, okay, without.
Yes, without those. Yes, without those kind of endings. I'm gonna write down here something.
Okay, slow, the adverb.
Slow is what kind of English component?
Adjective.
Adjective, very good. Running would be
Verb.
the main verb, very good. I,
The noun.
person?
the
Oh,
pronoun,
no.
right? The pronoun. Am,
Sorry.
The verb to be
verb to be, very good. To,
is adverb.
adverb, yes, yes. And in this
It's
particular
like the word
situation,
that modify the adjective, no?
right, and you can get with adverbs, you can get like more specific information to create like a very good content for a sentence or a conversation. So it is not the same just saying like, I'm running slow, which is okay, but you can go with, I'm running too slow. So too here doesn't mean like también. It's an adverb, demasiado. Demasiado lento. Estoy corriendo demasiado lento. Okay? So in other words, you're describing or modifying how you're running. So you're getting more like specific information. Okay? When you go with and it's like, the action is just to modify the main verb. I'm already done. What does this mean?
Like, I'm ready, I finish, something like that.
Ya lo completé, ok, ya completé el trabajo, ¿verdad? Ya estoy finalizada, ya estoy completa. okay? So already here is the adverb.
Yes.
So you can go with I'm done, and that's completely right. But when you go with I'm already done, es que ya lo hice. Eso significa ya en nuestro lenguaje en español. Okay? So I'm already done. We can go with a lot of different kind of adverbs, and I just encourage you to just give it a try and practice in front of the mirror with all these examples, which are very, very good. You can get like location, direction of action, here, there, everywhere, nearby, indoors, up, down. Those are very good examples for adverbs. Okay? So, are you willing to commit for yourself? Just reading aloud all of this and study really, really well at home?
I'm learning a lot today.
Oh, that's great.
Really?
For real, for real.
Yes.
It's true. That's great. So, and you can get like more confidence, right? Because you're getting more and more native phrases, and actually you are gonna get like, okay, more confidence in order to speak aloud all those phrases, right? You can incorporate more from basic to very professional sentences, okay, in English. Okay, so let's gonna go with articles. Articles in English are those kind of components. Those are not major components, but those are very important components in order to just classify different kind of nouns. So you can go with, right?
The of is another one.
Of is a preposition.
Preposition.
Yes, yes. So articles, those are the basic ones, okay? We're gonna go be very, very focused on that. We can go with a word or a noun after, starting with a consonant. Like, a banana.
Banana.
But how do we say like una manzana?
An apple.
An apple, very good. An apple. So we do not usually say like a apple, right? It's an apple. And what's the reason for that?
Because the noun starts with a
With a vowel, very good, with a vowel. So every single time that, you go with a vowel, we need to go with the proper article according to that sound. When you go with a consonant, starting with a consonant, you need to go with just okay? And what about the?
So you use the when you are talking about something that you already mentioned before. If I'm talking, I bought a car, then I could say the car I bought because previously I talked about this car.
That kind of
mentioned
car.
that.
Very good example, Mr. Alexander. Yeah, you're completely right. So when you go with the banana, just to go with the same example, it's a specific kind of banana that I want, right? It's not like any kind of banana. So a banana in the grocery store is just like any kind of banana.
Yes.
But if I would like to get like the banana, it's just like that one. Okay, it's not like any other one.
And the
Alright?
other person need to know which banana is.
Exactly.
Is
Oh, yes.
in the conversation, the other person knows what banana is, and
What-
you say the banana.
The banana.
It's like he said
Yes, the banana. So that banana. An apple or the apple.
The apple.
So it's not the apple, okay? And the reason why
So the vowel.
is because of the vowel. So every single time that we use this article, we need to blend the sound with the, okay? Like the banana, because of the consonant sound that, go first. For this example, we need to go with the apple,
Yeah.
okay? Would you like to go with another example for and the, Mr. Alexander?
Yes. So I could say that I bought a book.
A book, okay,
I bought a book.
okay,
So on this book, I read an article.
very good. Or you can go with a chapter, right? Maybe.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the article was very interesting.
Oh, that's great. You already applied that, like, creating a paragraph. That's amazing. Go and turn to the next document, please. Just refreshing pronouns is just like substituting like different kind of nouns. So it all depends if you're just substituting names like for females or males. And also if you're just mentioning like this kind of you, it will be like different kind of meanings. You can get like you for usted, right? You for tú, but you can go with you as well in plural form. So you can go with you as ustedes, right? Like, you know, all of you, right? So it's not a homophone, it's just like, it's a nature for English language. Just, you know, my suggestion, try your best to go with, not only with the basic ones, you can use also the possessive ones. In conversational skills, you need to go with a lot of possessive kind of pronouns. And you go with those ones at the end of the sentence. Like for example, hers. Hers is what? The it, right? Him. They, very good. Them. De ellos. Okay? So we need to go not only with I, you, he, she, or it, we need to go with different kind of pronouns around the conversation. Okay, and we do not, you know, complicate yourselves. You can go with different kind of indefinite pronouns, but I would like to go with, this is like a little bit more advanced. If you feel comfortable reading aloud those ones, that would be more than fine. But just try yourself at least to master the basic ones and the possessive ones, all right? That would be more than enough to make a very good conversation. Prepositions and conjunctions. Those are very interesting topics in English, honestly, because with prepositions, we need to master them. We do have a lot of different kind of strategies to memorize all of them. You can go with a song if you do prefer, but I would strongly suggest to both of you to master the prepositions in English. Why? Because it's more than just like incorporate prepositions in conversations. We need to master them because we can use all of them for prepositional phrases. Okay, and in that way, you're going to turn a very good verb into a prepositional phrase, which is another meaning. And it's very, very native and popular in English. Okay, so try your best. In Spanish, we do have like a very good song, like ante bajo cabe con contra de desde entre. So those are the prepositions, like the same one in English, like in Spanish, but we need to go with a very good strategy to just do some muscle memory. What does this mean? There's like no other option, it's just to get some muscle memory memorized. Conjunctions is just the one, this kind of component in English for grammar purposes that you just join two messages. With like, for example, and is, in my opinion, the more basic one. When you just join two messages together. Okay, but you do have another kind of, you can go with or, but, so, there's a lot of different kind of conjunctions, but just to distinguish conjunctions from prepositions, it's a very, very relevant topic. The who questions, I think it's, it's just like a matter of time and practice to get and join all these who questions as well as part of our conversations in English. Who questions is just to ask something related to places, things, like, it's just like belongings, just a different kind of topics, like a variety of topics. So just make sure that you're aspirating them. And this is honestly one of the major kind of things that you can go and in order to make some practice at home to create sentences. You do have very good examples here. So as soon as you read all these examples aloud is what? En voz alta, right?
Okay.
Yes. Cuando usted lee estas oraciones en voz alta, usted se acostumbra, okay, a la estructura gramatical en inglés, okay? Y de esa forma usted va a hablar, okay? Remember that the 4 kind of language skills that we do need to reinforce are listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills, right? And all of them are just going together. So if you write very well in English, you're going to speak very well, okay? If you listen very well, you're going to speak aloud very well as well. Verbs without prepositions, the third one, like with the kitty inside of the box. Those examples, in my opinion, those are very good examples to start like making very popular conversations in English. Like for example, you can go with to be grateful for. So with that piece of information, you can go with a very good conversation, right? To be grateful for.
Ser agradecido.
Estoy agradecido por. So you can go and get some practice and just complete that kind of thought. To look for. So you're just incorporating, like in a very natural way, some prepositions, right? Because for actually is a preposition. To is another preposition. On is another preposition. So that's another way to make very good conversations in English, just mastering how to incorporate and join prepositions in a very good way. All right? Just like looking at the picture here, could you please, just saying aloud, you do not need to write it down, where, for the first picture, where does the kitty is located? Where?
Number 1, I want to say.
Okay.
Would you like to
Okay,
go?
the cat is about the table.
Under the table.
Under the
Under.
table. Under the
About.
table.
About is different, acerca.
Exacto, o sobre, right?
So.
And
Cuando
actually,
están we make dicen about.
Above.
yes, above. Above, like this.
Above,
Above es arriba.
arriba. You say above or about?
About,
Okay.
above es arriba.
Ah,
Yes.
y ven,
Abajo
yo
es
pensé
what?
que estaba abajo.
Abajo es below.
¿Será que quería decir below?
Below.
Y below is
Pero entonces
correct.
esto es debajo.
No, under.
Debajo es under.
Under.
Ah, okay.
Under. Y por debajo, ¿cómo decimos?
Por debajo. Va.
Underneath.
Underneath.
Underneath. Underneath. So, and by the way, all of them are prepositions. So that's why we need to master all these prepositions, okay? What about the second picture? Where the kitty is located?
The cat is inside the car. It's in the car.
In the box.
In the
right?
box, yes.
In other words, you are just thinking to hit the road.
Yes.
Mhm. Hit the road is what? Esto quiere decir que me tengo que montar en mi auto para irme corriendo, en mi auto, manejando. Okay, hit the road. Todo eso está contenido en esa frase.
Hit the road.
Hit the road. I need to hit the
I
road.
need to hit the road.
Okay, I'm leaving. Okay, me voy. Okay, I need to.
It's the
hit
same
road.
that I'm in a hurry.
I'm in a hurry. Yes,
It's the same
sir.
that I need to hit the road.
Yes. Yes.
¿Podríamos mostrar la foto del gato un momentito en la cámara?
Oh, sure.
Ok, gracias.
Okay. So, if you're going to just visualize the kitty there for the first picture, like encima de la mesa, you can go with over, or you can go on, right? So on the table or over. It all depends if you have like other kind of items on the table, you can go over, right? But it's more popular like on the table. Okay, what about this in the second picture for that one? If you are getting like kitty fuera de la caja.
Out
Very good. Out
of
of.
the box.
Out of the box.
Box.
Out of the box. Very good. So you can go in, you can go out. You can go under, you can go on. Okay, and all of them are prepositions. Okay, so you're very, very encouraged to get some muscle memory, right? Very good. Okay, and for the third one, this is like an additional kind of challenge. You can go with very good prepositional phrases there. So, in my opinion, prepositional phrases are keywords to master in English, to get like very confident, not only with English speakers, with everybody. So we can go with more and more prepositional phrases according to different situations. So this is just like some examples, and I would encourage you again to go with everyone in front of a mirror. Because we said earlier that the way that we write, it will be the same way that we speak in English, and also the way that we listen, we're going to articulate accordingly. And also we can read according to what we actually heard about, right? So we do have here a very interesting kind of activity. And you're going to complete, according to the topic, the following paragraph. So it's a very, very interesting topic that we can talk about a lot, right? So what will be the topic, Mr. Alexander?
The topic, winning $1 million.
Winning $1 million. Okay, so someone asked me, what would you do if you won $1 million?
I take a long time traveling with my husband. I work, pay some tuition at the university
For
my son.
Very good. For my son, and that's it.
I could buy a house for my first son close to me.
Yes, very good.
I will pay all my account money or
All of my money accounts, or my bank
my-
accounts,
money account,
Debt.
or my debts also.
debt.
Debts son
Debts.
deudas, yeah.
Okay,
I think it's better,
Debts.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're completely fine.
it's a good debt.
Debts, yes, all my debts, yes.
I will
And
pay
that's like
all-
this.
Okay.
You're not
debit.
pronouncing
Debt.
like
Okay.
the beat
Debt.
there,
Mhm.
so it's gonna be
Eso
like
está-
that.
eso suena
Debts.
mejor. I work like her more my family in Venezuela.
Very good. What about yours, Mr. Alexander? Would you like to share what would you do if you already won $1 million, really?
You bought the house, the 1 million. Just I sent. You're not your no
My
work
wife.
way, no. Me.
If I win $1 million, I invest on real estate. I search some bargains,
Bargains or deals,
bargains,
right?
and I buy some homes. After some years, when I have a strong real estate business, I could create a foundation to help people in my country.
Oh, that's great. So you're planning to be like an investor.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. So what does that mean?
So, what is your question? Investor or why this decision?
Investor, what does that mean?
Okay, so actually, it's been my dream since 2000 or 2002 when I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad from Robert Kiyosaki. This book changed my mind. Through this book, I started my own business. I used to sell clothes in my country,
Oh,
and I started like,
you started, right?
yes, focus on businesses. Then I prepared to manage, I study a lot to manage businesses, and I've been studying about marketing, business,
That's
sales.
great.
And by the way, this is the reason because my wife nowadays is realtor.
Oh, that's
Because it's
why.
like a great compliment
Mhm.
being realtor and creating marketing strategies. So because it's a
Okay.
good opportunity for her to get leads and then start investing on that.
It's a good
Mhm.
partnership, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
That's
it.
great, that's great.
And
So
being
actually-
an investor in real estate and having the partner to be a realtor is an advantage too.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
it's
true.
very, very nice.
And the reason regarding the foundation, maybe someone maybe ask me, why didn't you help people first and then you
Yeah.
invest your money? So the reason is I learned that from John Maxwell, that it's easier and better to help people when you are rich. Not
You're
because
wealthy, right?
wealthy, yes.
Mhm.
Not because you want to have a lot of money. The problem is that $1 million is just $1 million.
Right.
If you help some people, for example, with $200, then they spend this money, but what happened next? But if you create like a profitable company,
Mhm.
you could help people frequently, all the time.
Much better.
Much
yes.
better.
Mhm.
Mm.
Yes, I totally agree. Yes, and I think that all of us could agree as well, right? Yes, it's very,
Yes.
very wise of you. Very wise of you is what?
Sabio.
Es muy sabio de usted, right? Very nice. I'm so sorry for the interruption. You
No,
can
that's
go
okay.
in.
Actually, I think that I finished. I don't know.
In reality, it's not much that you can do with $1 million.
That's great. I think that honestly, both purposes were very, very good and relevant for the community and also for very good for the poor, right? And for other people who unfortunately they're in need, right? So that's a very good reason for spending that kind of amount of
Yes.
money. Okay, spending money is what?
Gastar dinero.
Gastar dinero. And it's really, really different than
Wasting.
wasting money. What does that mean?
Es desperdiciar como.
Desperdiciar dinero.
Malgastar.
Malgastar el dinero, yes. So it's like the opposite, right? Spending money in, just for good purposes is a very, very good thing to do. Just avoiding to waste money, right? And just like things that are not like very relevant. So thank you so much for sharing. That's great. And just to give a last kind of reading aloud, some other sample clusters that we do have at the bottom of the page Would you like to share like the first two of them, Mr.
Sure.
Alexander?
If I won $1 million, I would give some to my parents.
Very
Buy
good.
a new home and car.
Very good. Would you like to go with the last two ones, please, Miss Katiuska?
Travel around the world.
Travel, right?
Travel.
Travel.
Travel
Mhm.
around the world.
That's a good one, right? By the way.
Save the rest of the money.
Save the rest of the money. Yes, saving is like a very wise kind of option as well. And we can go and say save the rest of the money, but we can go also and say save the remaining money or the remaining balance, right? So those are other kind of versions for the same kind of topic. So I didn't want to take more of your time, but it was like great